Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class, we're going to do a fairly tough sequence of exercises to really work throughout the body. So remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy the class. So where possible, I'm going to show you some options for those exercises, and we're going to start off in standing and warm up through our upper body and our legs, and then we're going to come down onto our mat, onto our fronts to continue the class from there. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight coming to the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Knees nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis, very gently. We're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just again, gentle movement forwards and back, looking for that midpoint between those two movements, so that pelvis in that nice neutral position. Ribs are nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted. Okay, so we're just going to warm up our upper body a little bit to start with. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head. We need to take a breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to bring those elbows wide, reach those hands up towards the ceiling, and then lowering back down. Good, and again, opening out, reaching up, and lowering down. Good. Breath in. As you breathe out, open those elbows wide, reaching up, and lowering down. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to open wide, reach up. As we come back down, we're going to do a little side bend to one side and back. Opposite side, reaching over and forwards. Good. And again, reaching up. Hands behind your head, dropping over and back. Opposite side, back. Lovely. And again, reaching up. Drop down, over to one side, back, and opposite side. Lovely. One more time. Reaching up. Going down, reach over one side, good. Opposite side, lovely. And then just slowly bring those arms back down. Well done, relax those shoulders. Okay, so we're gonna bring my feet a little bit wider now. So they're wider than those hips, toes turned out about that 45 degrees. And we're gonna drop down into our side plie. So we're gonna drop down here. We're gonna hold this position. I want you to float your hands forward. While we're holding this, we're gonna do our arm openings. Breath in. As you breathe out, we're gonna reach one arm around and back and then forwards. Round and back and then forwards. So we go a little bit quicker than we might do when we're just in standing, but opening out and forwards. Good. Reaching round and back, just following with your head, looking round and forwards. Good. Opening out and back. Good. Well done. Still breathing in and out. Don't hold your breath. And back. Breathe out as you reach around if you can. Breathe in to come back. Good. Opening out and forwards. Holding that position if you can with those legs. Good. One more each side. Reaching around, back. Opening out and forwards. Well done. Relaxing those arms down and we're lifting back up from there. Well done. Okay, so we're going to bring those feet back to that hip width distance apart. We're going to do our standing clam from here. So we've got two options. You can either just keep that toe resting on the ground. The leg you're standing on, that knee should stay soft. Hip bones pointing forwards, and we're going to open out and fold back. So opening out through those hips, folding back. So it's not a huge movement. We're keeping those hip bones forwards. If that's comfortable, then we can hook this leg around the opposite leg, and we're going to open out and back from here. So challenging that balance a little bit more as well. So still keeping those hip bones forwards, staying up nice and tall. Well done. And we're opening out, fold back. Well done. Good, so we'll keep going here, opening out, fold back, lovely. Open out and fold back, well done. And back, and again, opening out and folding back, good. Well done, opening out and folding back. Good. We'll do one more here. And then we're gonna stay here if you can. So we're gonna stay on this single leg, bring my elbows into my side, shoulders down, and we're gonna open out through our chest. Good, and back. Opening out, folding back. So again, breathe out as you open out, breathe in to fold back if you can. Holding that position, that leg you're standing on is working hard to support you. Keep that knee soft, opening out, fold back, good. Opening out and back, neck long, that chin tucked in, well done. Open out, folding back, good. Opening out, fold back. Lovely, let's do one last one. Opening out, folding back and relaxing back down. Well done. Okay, so the other side, we're going to just keep that toe resting on the ground, hips pointing forward, and we're going to open out and fold back. Good. So we're opening out, folding back here, keeping that nice control, those hip bones forward. If that's comfortable as before, kind of stay at that level, or we can hook this foot around the other side, and we're opening out again. The leg you're standing on, keep that knee soft. So we're really challenging the stability on that side as well. Good, hip bones forward, lovely. Opening out, fold back, well done. Opening out and folding back. A few more here, opening out, fold back. Good, last few. And let's do one more. And as before, we're going to stay here on that single leg if you can. And then we're going to bring our hands above our head together and drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Reach the hands up, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Good, and again, hands up, drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Good, and again, squeeze down and back and lifting up. Lovely, and again, squeeze down and back and lifting up. Good, squeeze down and back and lifting up. Well done, last couple. Squeeze down and back, lift up. One more time, dropping down and back and then lifting up. Well done. Bring those arms and that leg back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come round. So we're going to go lengthways onto our mat. We're going to start with just the right leg, and we're going to do a lunge forward with this right leg. So I'm going to lunge forward with that right leg. As I come back, I'm going to take this leg and do 1, 2, 3 little one leg kicks. Okay, lunge forward with that right leg, back, 1, 2, 3, and again, lunging forward, take back, 1, 2, 3, good, and again, lunge forwards, come back, 1, 2, 3, and again, lunging forwards, step back, 1, 2, 3, good, lunge forward, 1, 2, 3, so bringing that one leg kick in, as we come back, 1, 2, 3, getting those hamstrings working a little bit as well, 1, 2, 3, very good, lunging forward, 1, 2, 3, good, last couple here, nice and control with that lunge, 1, 2, 3, last time, lunge forward, step back, 2, 3, lower that leg, very good, okay, so let's do the same on that left leg, so we're going to lunge forward with the left, step back, 1, 2, 3, good, lunge forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, and again, lunge forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, and again, lunging forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, very good, lunge forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, keep going here, lunging forward, nice and control, that knee's going forward as you lunge forward, 1, 2, 3, last couple, lunging forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, very good, last time, lunge forward, step back, 1, 2, 3, and then lower that leg down, very good. Okay, so we're going to stay towards the end of that mat, and we'll do a few roll downs here just to get our backs moving. So take a breath in, as you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just rolling, slowly curling down towards the floor, just go to where you feel comfortable, and at your end point, just take a breath in there, as you breathe out, we're gently coming back up into standing, lovely, and again, breath in, as you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling slowly down towards the floor, take a breath in at the end there, then as you breathe out again, gently restacking back up into standing, good, one more time, breath in, as you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor, take a breath in here, then as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing, good. Okay, so this time we're going to roll down, stay down at your end point, so breath in, as you breathe out, drop that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor, take a breath in here, on the out breath, soften your knees, and then we're going to walk those hands down, and then we're just going to slowly drop down onto our fronts from here, and we're going to continue the class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue the class down onto our fronts. If you've got a thinner little pillow or a towel you can use to support your forehead in a minute, you can just place that there onto the mat. But to start with, we can just rest our head onto our hand if you want to here. So we're going to start with our one leg kick. So we're going to have our feet that hip width distance apart. Still make sure that belly button's just drawn up gently towards your spine. And that tailbone's just tucked under there. So we're still keeping that neutral position and engaging that core as well. Okay, so we're going to start by bending our knee, and we're going to point, flex, point at the ankle and lower that leg back down. Opposite sides, point, flex, point and lower back down. Good, so we're going to alternate sides here, just moving through those ankles, but working the backs of our legs, so getting those hamstrings working as we're bending that knee. And lowering down, well done. So we point, flex, point, lower the leg down. Good. So you can either stay there if that feels comfortable, or if you can, we're going to add some extension through our leg, through our hip. So we go point, flex, point, extend and lengthen through that leg. So it's one nice smooth movement as we point, flex, point, extend the leg, lengthen away. Good. Extending and lengthening. Well done. Extend and lengthen. Well done. Now for a little bit more of a challenge today, if you want to, we can do this coming up onto our elbows. So we can bring our hands and almost make a diamond shape with your hands, just place. So you can look, your head goes down into the centre of that diamond. And we just do the same again, point, flex, point, lower the leg down. So if we start with that level 1 to begin with, we point, flex, point, lower down. Now if you want to, we can, up onto our elbows, then add in that extension of the leg. But if you're a little bit tight through those hip flexors, that might feel a little bit more tricky. So just work to what feels comfortable for you. Good. So point, flex, point, extend and lengthen. So we can stay down onto those fronts or come up onto those elbows if that feels comfortable to do. Well done. And again, point, flex, point, extend and lengthen. Well done. And again, point, flex, point, extend and lengthen. Still keep that neck nice and long, just looking straight down at that diamond shape. Lengthen away. Well done. Point, flex, point, extend and lengthen. Well done. Let's do the last few here. Point, flex, point, extend and lengthen. Well done. One more time each side. Good. And again. Extend and lengthen. Well done. And we'll just lower back down if you're on those elbows. We'll just come back to that start. Okay, so feet still that hip width distance apart. This time I'm going to bring my hands above my head, just a tad sort of wider than those shoulders. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. And again, we're going to just do our swimming movement here. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to raise our opposite arm, opposite leg, and then lower back down. So we're going to alternate sides, opposite arm, opposite leg, and then lowering down. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and then lower down. Well done. So keep that core engaged. Keep that belly button drawn up towards that spine. So keeping that control through that centre as we're raising opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Squeeze that bottom out, lift that leg. That should be doing the work. Lifting that leg. Well done. And those hands don't raise that high. It's not a huge movement. So nice and control. So lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. So if you can, breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower. Well done. Very good. Lifting and lowering each side. Just do a few more here. Really make sure those bottom muscles are working. They should be doing the job. We should feel it in those bottom muscles, not that lower back. Good. So if you need to, really squeeze those bottom muscles to get them working. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Excellent. Last few here. Good. Lifting and lowering. Let's do one more each side. Lift up and lower. And then lowering back down. Well done. Okay, so just slide those hands back down so those elbows are bent at that sort of 90 degrees. And then we're going to have those feet just a little bit wider than those hips now. And we're going to have a little stretch into our Cobra Stretch here. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, just lifting that head. We're peeling that breastbone, those ribs, that tummy, just gently off the mat as far as you feel comfortable. So once you've got to your end point, just stay there, okay? If you can, we're coming up onto those hands. Neck staying long, breath in. Then as you breathe out, gently walking that spine. So those ribs, that breastbone, and that head back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting that head, breastbone, feeling those ribs and that tummy gently off the mat from there. Well done, breath in. Then as you breathe out, slowly peeling that tummy, those ribs, and that breastbone back down onto the mat. Lovely. Last few here. Lifting up, keeping that chin tucked in, so that neck stays nice and long. Well done, breath in. And as you breathe out, gently, slowly walking back down onto the mat. Good, last time. Lifting up. Neck staying long, breath in at that end point. And as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine gently back down onto the mat from there. Well done. Okay, so if you've got a thicker block, we'll just swap those round. We're going to come round onto our sides from here. So coming around onto your side, we can just use this block to support our head here. Or you can use a little towel or pillow, whatever you've got there. So feet and hips roughly in that line. We're going to start with our clam movement here. So keeping those hips stacked. And we're going to start by lifting that top knee and then lowering back down. So keeping those hips stacked, lifting and lowering. So remember, you want to feel it in that back pocket side area. If you don't, we might just need to adjust those feet slightly. So bend or straighten those legs. Still imagine you've got that wall behind you. So we're not going to roll back into it. We're keeping those hips stacked as we're lifting and lowering. So sometimes popping your hand there to get that feedback. Make sure that's not happening. It's good to do. Well done. So lifting and lowering. Just getting those glutes kicking in as we lift and lower through that leg. Well done. Good. And let's do one more here. And then either stay here if that feels comfortable, or if you can, we're going to raise those feet up to hip height. We're going to lift and lower again, a little bit further through that range as we lift up through that top knee and lower back down. Okay, so we're going to add a little extra challenge and we're going to stretch and tap in between these movements. So lift up, stretch, tap, lower back down. Lift up, stretch, tap and lower. And again, lifting up, stretch, tap and lower. And again, lift up, stretch, tap and lower. Well done. And again, lifting up, stretch, tap and lower. Lift up, stretch, tap and lower back down. Well done. And again, lift up, stretch, tap and lower. And again, lifting up, stretch, tap and lower. Well done. And again, lift up, stretch, tap, lower the knee down. Well done. Last few. Stretch, tap and lower. And again, lift up, stretch, tap and lower. One more time. Lift up, stretch, tap, lower that knee down, lower those feet down. Well done. Drop that leg in front. Give that muscle a little rest there. So while we're resting this top leg, we can lengthen through that lower leg and do a few little pulses of that inner thigh here. So just pulsing through that lower leg while we're resting this top leg. Just breathing in and out here. Don't hold your breath as we're lifting and lowering through that lower leg here. Well done. Good. Breathing in and out. Well done. One more time, breath in and out. And then relax that leg down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to straighten both legs out together here. Hips stacked on top of each other. And we're going to, with this top leg, lift it up and out to the side as far as you can go comfortably. Lower back down. Top leg lifted, lower back down. So point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. So lifting and lowering, keeping those hips stacked. Nice and controlled as we lift up and lower back down. Well done. Lift up and lower. So point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Well done. And down. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point to lift up, flex to lower. Well done. And down. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Very good. So just keeping that movement nice and smooth, nice and controlled, lifting and lowering. Well done. Good. Lift up and lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Well done. Now on this next one, we're going to lift up, keep those toes pointed. I want you to do a little circle round one way. Good. And change direction. Good. and then slowly lower that leg down again. Oh, well done, very good. Bend those knees up. Okay, so we'll give those legs a rest for a second. We're going to drop our block down onto the floor, so my head's at the front of it. Bring those arms out in front. We're going to have a little stretch out here with our arm opening stretch. So we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening out through that chest, just following around with that head, just rolling on that block, following that top arm. Lift up through that top arm, opening out through that chest, looking round and back, and then back to that start. Good, and again. Lift up through the top arm, coming around and back, following with your head, just rolling on that block, and then back to that start. Good. Opening out, and then rolling back. Good. So just go as far as you feel comfortable. Bend that elbow slightly, you don't need to pull through your shoulder too much. Just rotating around and back, and then back to that start. And again, lift up through that top arm, opening around and back, and then back to that start. Well done. Lifting around and back to that start. Well done. Good. Just going to do the last few here. Lift up through that top arm, coming around and back to that start. Well done. One last time. And then back to that start position. Well done. Okay, so let's come over onto the opposite side to do the same again. So we'll bring that block with us. We'll come round onto our opposite side. So we come down, use that block just to support our head onto that arm there as well. Okay, so we're going to start with that clam movement. So we're going to bend our knees up, so feet and hips roughly in that line. Those hips are really stacked on top of each other. And we're going to start by lifting that top knee and lowering back down. So lift up through that top knee, lowering down. So as before, keep those hips stacked. Don't let them roll back. So imagine you've got that wall behind you. We're not rolling back into it. We're keeping stacked as we're lifting and lowering through that top knee. Good. Lift up and lower. Well done. So lifting and lowering through the top knee. Well done. So if you don't feel it in that back pocket side area, as I said before, you might just need to bend or straighten those knees up a little bit just to get it kicking in the right place. Well done. So if that's comfortable, either stay here at this level, or we can raise those feet up to hip height and we're lifting and lowering through that top knee again. Good. And again, lift up and lower. Well done. Lift up and lower. So if you can, that extra challenge, we're going to lift up, stretch, tap, lower down. And again, lift up, stretch, tap, and down. Lift the knee, stretch, tap, and down. And again, lift up, stretch, tap, and down. Lift the top knee, stretch, tap, and down. And again, lift up, stretch, tap, and down. Last few, stretch, tap, and lower. Well done. Lift up, stretch, tap, and lower. And again, lift up, stretch, tap, and lower. One more time. Lift up, stretch, tap, lower. Lower those feet down. Well done. Let's drop that leg in front. Give that muscle a little stretch and a little rest there. Well done. So while we're doing that, we'll lengthen through that lower leg and do a few little pulses of that inner thigh. So we're just pulsing through here, breathing in and out as we're pulsing through that leg. Good. Breath in and out. Good. Just working that inner thigh a little bit while we're resting through this top leg. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. One more time. Breath in and out. And then relax that leg down. Very good. Okay, so let's straighten both legs out again. So feet just in front of you. Those hips are really stacked on top of each other. And we're going to start by lifting this top leg up and out to the side. So we lift this top leg up and out to the side, lower back down. Point the toes, lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes, lift up, flex the foot to lower. Good. So we're lifting and lowering through that top leg. Nice, smooth, controlled movement as you lift and lower. So just lift as high as you're comfortable. As you lift up that top leg, lower back down. Point the toes, lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point the toes, lift up, flex the foot to lower. Good. And again, point the toes, lift up, flex to lower. Point to lift up, flex to lower. Good. Nice and controlled. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Really kicking those glute muscles in as we lift and lower through that top leg. Well done. A few more here. Lift up and lower. Lifting and lowering. well done. Okay, on this next one, we're going to lift up, hold that there, do a little circle around one way, change direction, and then lower that leg down. Oh, well done, bend those knees up, very good. So we give those legs a little rest, we'll drop that block down to the floor, have your head at the front of it again, arms out in front, we're going to go into our arm opening stretch. So we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening out through that chest, coming around and back, and then back to that start. So just stretch as far as comfortable, don't pull through your shoulder too much, remember, just bend that elbow if you need to. We're lifting around and back, just following that head, rolling on that block, just having a nice stretch through that upper back, and opening out through that chest slightly here. Good, and again, lifting up through that top arm, opening out, round and back, and then back to that start. And again, lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then back to that start. Well done. Good, and then back. Lovely. Lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then forwards. Lovely. And forwards, well done. Lifting up through that top arm, coming around and back, and forwards. Let's do one more here. Lift up through that top arm, following with your head rolling on that block, and then back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to move that block back to that side, and we're going to come round into sitting here. So just sitting, knees bent to start with, still that hip width distance apart. We're going to do a few of our kind of oblique roll back, so just to really kick in our abdominals and those obliques a little bit. So knees bent, feet and knees that hip width distance apart, arms out in front. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to open my hand back, we're going to rotate around and back, and then lifting forwards. And again, opposite arm, opening out and coming forwards. Good, so rotating around and restacking, coming forwards. Good, so using those thigh muscles to help control that movement, lowering down and lifting back up. Good, rotating around and back. So that little rotation, just getting those obliques firing up a bit here as well. Good, and forwards. So rotating around and back and forwards. So obviously the further you go back, the more you've got to work to come back up. So if that's feeling a little bit tough, just go a smaller movement. If you need to here, you're opening around, coming forwards. Wrapping around and folding back. Lovely. So breathing out, opening back, breathing as you fold back. Breathing out, breathing in. Beautiful. Last few here. Good. Excellent. Nice and control. Let's do one more each side. Opening around and back, coming forwards, and around and back, and forwards. Lovely. And relax those arms down. Very good. So we're going to straighten out our legs here. And I'm going to bring my hands just behind my shoulders and those fingers pointing away, so pointing outwards. So we're going to do our leg pulling supine here. So I want you to really think about keeping these collarbones nice and wide, that chest forward, that chin tucked in. So we're going to work our upper bodies as well as our abdominals here. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift that bottom, coming up into this leg pull supine. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, keeping that chin tucked in, those collarbones wide, and then lowering back down. Well done. And again, lifting up. Good. And lowering down. Now on this next one, we can do a little add-on if you can. So we're going to lift up, hold this here. I want you to bend one knee up, slide it back, opposite leg, slide back, and then lower down. So if you add that leg movement, watch for that bottom dipping. We're lifting up, sliding the leg, and back, sliding the leg, and back, and then lowering back down. Well done. Okay. So last extra challenge. So either stick with just lifting, bending that knee, or if you can, we're going to lift up, holding this here. We're going to raise one leg straight, opposite leg straight, and then lowering back down. Okay, so pick which option's comfortable. Do the last few here. So we're going to lift up, raise the leg if you can, opposite leg, and lowering down. Well done. And again, lifting up, raising the leg, opposite leg, and lowering down. Good. So if that feels too much, just stick with lifting and lowering, or bending the knee, sliding the leg up. Good. And then lowering down. Well done. Lift up. Last couple here. Good. And lowering down. Let's do one more. Lifting up, raising the leg if you can, and then lowering back down. Well done. So we're going to come back with those legs bent, and we're going to do a few rollbacks from here. So again, working those tummies a little bit more. So we're going to bring our hands forward. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that pelvis back. So we're going to tilt the pelvis back, rolling back, and then slowly coming forward. So we're just going to go halfway to begin with. So tucking back, rolling back, restacking, using those toe muscles to come back forwards. Good. And again, rolling back, restacking, and coming forwards. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, rolling halfway back, and then coming forwards. Good. And again, tucking under, rolling back, restacking, coming forwards. Lovely. And again, rolling back, restacking, coming forwards. Good. So obviously the lower you go, the harder it is. So if you want to, we can go a little bit further back, rolling back. If you want to, you can come all the way down onto the mat, but then we still got to get back up again, remember. So just go to where you're comfortable. So we're rolling back just as far as you feel you can go, and then slowly restacking, nice and controlled, coming back up into sitting. Lovely. And again, rolling back. Good. And then restacking, coming back up into sitting. Lovely. So just doing either those half rollbacks, if that feels enough, or if you want to, you can go a little bit further back onto the mat. Good. And then restacking. Let's just do the last couple here. Rolling back, use those toe muscles to help restack that spine, coming back up into sitting. Lovely. Rolling down. Lovely. And then restacking, using those toe muscles to nice control, lifting up. Okay, one more time. Rolling down just as far as you're comfortable, and then restacking nice and controlled back up into standing. Lovely. So on this next one, we're going to roll back, whichever you're doing, but I won't make you get back up. So just roll back down, nice and controlled, coming down onto the mat from here. Lovely. So down onto our mat, with our feet and knees that hip width distance apart. So if you need to, just tilt that pelvis forwards and back again. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. That cause gently engage, those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck nice and long. Okay, so we're going to go into our scissors movement. So we start with that knee bent at that 90 degrees, and we're just going to tap that foot down, back up and lower. So lift that leg, tap down, up and lower. So this is our starting movement that we can come back to if you need to, or if that feels enough, you can stay at that movement. Or if you can, we're going to lift both legs up into double tabletop and then tap down each side, making sure we're still keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle. You're not bending at the knee, we're lowering down from those hips, okay? So just watch for that, because we want to cheat a little bit often and bend at the knee, so just watch for that happening. Keep that tummy nice and flat, not letting your back arch. If you start to feel your back arching, your tummy's doming, come back again to this single leg, okay? And then you can always just reset and come back up. Well done. Good. So we're moving through, tapping each side. Well done. So just working those tummies, keeping that control. Good. So if you can, we can go a little bit faster here. So do a little bit more of a reciprocal movement, and we go breathing in and out for 2. Breathing in for 2 and out for 2. So just switching those legs, breathing in and out. Good. If you want an extra challenge for this one, then we can put our hands behind our head and lift up into abdo prep while we're doing this, but still breathing in and out. And we can hold that abdo prep position, and you can just lower that head as you need to. But if we can, we'll hold it here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Few more here. Nice and control. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breath in and out. One more time. Breath in and out. Coming back to that start. Lower that head if it's lifted and lower those legs one at a time back down onto the mat. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go into a one leg stretch from here. So we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. So again, our starting position, our starting point, we're going to lengthen one leg away, fold that leg back, lower back down. Opposite leg lifted, reaching that leg away, folding back, lowering down. So if you can, as we breathe out, we're going to reach the leg away, breathe in as you fold back. Good. Lifting up, breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Good. So again, if that's comfortable, you can stay there, or if you can, we're going to bring both legs into double tabletop. Same again, reaching the leg away, folding back. Breathing out as you reach away, breathe in to fold back. So just as before, if you start to feel your back arching, your tummy's doming, then just come back to that single leg, and then you can always reset, come back up. Well done. Breathing out, folding back. Good. Reaching away, fold back. Well done. Reach away, fold back. Lovely. So keep going here. If you want to, just like in scissors, we can go a little bit quicker. I'm going to place my hand onto my knee and we're going to breathe in for 2 and breathe out for 2. Breathing in for 2 and out for 2. Good. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. So a little bit quicker motion. If that feels too much, just slow it back down, or you can go back to that single leg. Breathing in and out. But a few more here if you can. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Well done. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Lovely. Few more here. Keeping that control. Good. Breathing in. Last few. And out. Breathing in and out. Lovely. One more. Breath in and out. Coming back to that start. Lower those legs down. Let's bring those knees in and have a little hug. So one at a time. Bring those legs up. And we'll just have a little stretch out here. Well done. So nice breath in and out. On that out breath, just sink down into that stretch. Just a little bit further if you can. Breath in and out. Relaxing down. Well done. And one more time. Breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down that little bit further. Well done. So lower those legs down one at a time, coming back to that start. And we're going to stretch out through the backs of our legs, but we're going to do it dynamically. So we're going to lift up our knee towards the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Then I want you to flex the foot, lower the leg down, point the toes, lifting up. Flex the foot, lower that leg down, point the toes, lifting up. Flex, lowering down, point the toes, lifting up. Good. Flex to lower down, point the toes, lift up. Flex to lower down, point the toes, lift up. So just repeating that here, just feeling that gentle stretch through the back of the leg. You're lifting and lowering through that leg. Well done. Lift up and lower. And again, point to lift up, flexing to lower. Point to lift up, flex to lower. Well done. Pointing to lift up, flexing to lower. Good. One more time. Point to lift up, flex to lower. Coming back to that start. Bend that knee, lower the leg back down. Good. Same on the other side. So knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the leg. And we're going to flex the foot, lower the leg down, point the toes, lifting up. So just stretching through the back of that leg here. Flexing to lower, point the toes, lift up. Flex to lower, point the toes, lift up. Good. Point to lift up, flexing to lower. Well done. Lowering, lifting and lowering from here. Well done. So just stretching, lengthening through the back of the leg and down. Well done. Point to lift up, flexing to lower. Well done. Point to lift up, flex to lower. One more time. Point to lift up, flex to lower, and then coming back to that start. Bend the knee, lower back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to stretch out through our glutes now that we've worked. So we can put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to hold this stretch. So just taking a nice deep breath in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch that little bit further if you can. So breath in. As you breathe out, relaxing down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, sinking down into that stretch, just that little bit further. Well done. And we're going to hold that here. So just gently breathing in and out as you're holding that stretch. No tension in that upper body, just relaxing down into that stretch if you can. Well done. Good. And then just lowering that leg back down. Good. And we do the same on the other side, so opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just taking a nice deep breath in and out, and on that out breath, relaxing down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can. And we're going to hold this stretch here. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Well done. Just hold that stretch. No tension in that upper body again. Just sinking down to it just as you can on that out breath. Well done. Lovely. And then just lowering that leg down. So we're going to have one more little stretch out here. We're going to have our feet and knees together, arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop our knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Then use those toe muscles to come back up and then over to that opposite side. So opening out and using those toe muscles coming back up and then over to that opposite side. So we're just opening out side to side from here. Dropping those knees over, turning that head, and then coming back up and over. Lovely. So just gently rotating, opening out through those sides. So it feels good to stretch as you drop those knees over, turning that head. Well done. And then lifting back up. Lovely. And back up. Good. Last few here. Drop those knees over, coming back up. And over to that opposite side. Well done. Last time each side, drop those knees over, turn that head, well done. Lifting up and over. Great, and then bring those knees back to that centre, bring those arms back down by your side. And we're just going to come back up into sitting. Have a little stretch here. So either sit with your legs crossed or legs out in front, however you're comfortable. Just relax those shoulders here. So just relax those shoulders. Well done. So I'm going to bring my hands behind my head from here. So just like we did in the beginning, we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach those hands up, coming back down, and then we're going to drop over to one side, back to the centre, drop to the other side, and back. And then we're going to reach up. Good, hands behind your head, drop over to one side and back, little side bend, and again, opposite side and back. And then we're going to reach up again, well done, drop down, reaching over and back, opposite side and back. Let's do last time here, reach up, drop down, reaching over and back, and again, very good. And then bring these arms wide, coming back down. Lovely. Let's just do a few shoulder rolls here. So just rolling those shoulders around, sink those shoulders down, and then we're going to reach my neck over to one side, just lengthen through that side of the neck. Just breathing in and out here. Well done. Good. And then back to that centre. A few shoulder rolls here. Well done. Just relaxing them back down. Good. Sink those shoulders down. Reach that ear over to the opposite shoulder. Just lengthen through side of the neck. Well done. Just breathing in and out here. Good. And again, breath in and out. Then bring that head back up. Last time, little shoulder rolls here. And then just sink those shoulders down, relaxing from there. Well done. Thanks for joining us for our class today. I hope you've enjoyed it and hope you see you again next time.